Hello, everyone. We are in match 2 of the round of 8, the StarCastTV Star League Season 3. Terran versus Zerg coming up at us. Got my favorite Zerg player. I don't want to say our favorite Zerg player because I'll just speak for myself here. Facing off versus a Royal. Let's look at our bracket. We, of course, saw Barracks get through JYJ. Barracks has been on a heater for quite some time now. Is he the real deal is the question, though. He's got a tough remaining round of 4, but he's already gone through, potential champions of the entire tournament. Already taking down Snow, that was unbelievable. Taking down JYJ too, also quite unbelievable. Let's take a look at our map picks. What's going to get through? I imagine Minstrel's got to be gone, right? And as I say that, it's still there. It somehow makes it in. Zerg doesn't care that this is like an impossible map to get like a 4th base. Dominator ban and kickback ban. Let's just get into game 1, which is going to be Radion. So, in the bottom right, we do have Royal. And in the bottom left, we do have Hero. So, I think it was Royal versus Shine, right? In the previous round, I think I remember seeing, or maybe it was JYJ, I can't remember. But either way, I've talked about Royal being kind of volatile in Terran versus Zerg. I'm not really the biggest fan of some of his build orders. When he plays Standard, yes, God tier, he's amazing. But sometimes I feel like he plays a little bit with too much finesse. He tries to showboat a little too much. However, I watch a decent amount of Hero games, and, he's not someone like Beast who will just all-in you constantly. So will he be able to exploit, like, some of the vulnerabilities I think that Royal has in the early game? I'm not sure if Hero's, the guy that you're looking for to take advantage of plays like that, but we'll see what he opts for. So far, everything looks very normal. I remember, I think it was Royal maybe a season ago, or there was some tournament that he played in where he went for 8 racks, I think like 4 games in a row. But it's not going to be the case this time. The question to me is he going to wall his ramp? Nope, it's going to go on the low ground. I have seen a lot of, wall-offs on this map in particular with Terran, where they go into 2-port Wraith and do a lot of damage with builds like that. But this is just going to be low ground racks. Should be a fast expansion, I imagine, right? But, sometimes players get weird and build an additional barracks at their natural instead. But I don't think that's going to happen this time. Hero went for a weird scout, I do have to point out. He went for the top left scout instead of just going for the close by scout at bottom right. And, well, actually he'll get punished this time by finding Royal, last, or he'll have to drone scout here. But he built an additional drone. He built 2 additional drones. That is very greedy. I was thinking, like, is he going to go 3 hatch before pool? No. Okay, it's going to be pool and then 2 12 gas. All right, so this is going to be like the 2.5 hatch build, high econ, slightly later gas. I mean, it's 10 seconds, which, is a big deal at pro level, but he's going to have massive econ with those 2 additional drones that he built. That drone, okay, I thought he was going to deal more damage to the SCV, but doesn't get as much damage as I expected. If I was Hero here, I think he could even just keep this drone out on the map and just use it to build a hatchery. I don't think he's necessarily getting a lot of minerals sending it back. He pushes that back, and right now I'm just waiting to see if Royal's going to do something weird, and by weird I mean take his gas. 250 is come and gone. Kind of, for me, if you're going to go for a delayed gas build, 250 is kind of like the threshold. Oh, moving shot SCV! Shot SCV! No. Well, these 2 Marines are actually going to do... Okay, that drone might die. If the SCV got ballsy and ran into the main, he would have killed it. But he's just going to do a little bit of damage. He does force a tiny bit of lost mining time, and now he's going to have to run away. So overall, that was a nice move from Royal. Got some damage done. Took no damage, basically. And I don't think Hero transferred the optimal amount of workers. I don't play Zerg, but 3 looked low. Meanwhile, in Royal's main, he did get like the 310 gas, something like this. He's going into eBay, so going to be fast upgrades. And I think that he's going to 4-racks. I really do think that this is going to be a 4-racks. I think he's gotten good spawns. He's close by position. He's already built, it looks like Marines nonstop. And he forced that drone back into the main. It's not hidden out on the map anywhere. I think that he's going to 4-racks and just try and bust the natural. SCV transfer going in. Academy should have started, right? I don't think... Okay, there we go. It's... Okay, it's more than started. It's halfway done. So this was like a 345 Academy. So this is big econ for Royal. He's going to have a ton of stuff. Like the hatch in the main for Hero. He's not being too greedy here, taking a low ground base. Something like we saw Beast last season, right? He took a low ground base every single time on Radeon, I think. And sometimes he got punished for doing that. But here, just going to be careful here. There's the second racks. Is it really going to be just... Well, it's definitely not going to be just 2. Well, you assume it's definitely not going to be just 2, but I've seen Royal do some weird stuff. So I guess there's a chance that it could be. SCV gets spotted and will get taken down. So that's nice. He knows that at least the drone isn't at the natural there. Didn't actually confirm the main. And there goes the 2 additional SCVs. So this is going to be a 4-racks as expected. I've seen players like Rush try and do 5-racks into builds like this. And it just doesn't work. It's just too slow. The mutas are too fast. And you kind of just get picked apart. That's why I like the 4-racks a little bit better. Even though he's going to have less units, at least he's going to still have a lot of stuff and be able to tech up quickly. And he may be on the move in just a second, but I actually think that he'll probably just go to like his, where the lings are right now, hover around there, and kind of just wait around. Try and pick off some straggler mutas, or if the mutas get too aggressive in the main, then immediately counter. There's the bunker. Or he'll just hang out in his main. That's also an option, obviously. Now the question for me at this point is, when does the factory come down? Mutas are out. And actually, this is a pretty good spot, I think, for Terran on Radeon. You get the bunker down to cover that area. You've got 2 turrets. If the mutas come from the top side, they run into the bunker and the turrets. It's actually kind of hard to get good damage done here unless you come from the bottom, which I don't think Hero's really going to get much damage there either. Okay, so Hero did commit pretty far, and you can see instantly Royal gets out on the map. And that's going to draw the Mutalists back. And now Hero's got his hatchery going up at top left, but he's done no damage to the Marines. He's done no damage to the SCVs. I can see that Royal has started his factory. I'm going to guess it's probably like halfway done. And we've got a Ling run by, but I don't think the bunker was ever unloaded. Yeah, it wasn't unloaded, so no potential there. However, did the muta count really not get any bigger than 6 or 7? If there was like 11 mutas, I think he just kills this army. Yeah, he just stayed at 7. So Hero powered really hard. Now there's this isolated army that he wishes he had built like 3 more mutalists so he could go kill it. But he's not able to do anything about it. I gotta say, this is extremely greedy from the Royal to be sitting out here without syncing up his second army. Now he finally syncs it up. And now the mutalists, now they don't have time to go kill them in these isolated groups. So this was really good move from Royal to get everything synced up. He loses a medic there. Maybe it'll stall the push a little bit since he only has 2 medics. But, okay, I really like Royal's position. I feel like he's nailed his build. He's got good econ. He's got good Marine count, good rack count. I can see that his double starports are coming up. And there's just been no damage done by the Mutalists. More Lings? This feels kind of all-in-ish, man. I know that he has top left. But if this army doesn't die, Hero's in trouble. And remember, these are +1 Marines. They're going to hit like trucks. I don't see how you stop this army. I think go to the natural or the third. Oh, this is going to be a catastrophe if he engages. Oh, there we we go. Mutas jump on parts of the army. Actually did more damage than I thought, but he bleeds off all of his lings. Literally, what, 3 left over? And now, the Marine count is still huge, still sitting at 2 groups of army. It's still just lings without upgrades. I don't see any lurkers. I know the Hydrogen's done because I saw it go down with the Queen's Nest, but where are the lurkers, man? That is quite a lot of lings. Maybe the lings can hold. Get that kill. You know, if Hero wants to fight, he's got to go pretty soon because if +1 armor kicks in, there's no way. Well, here we go. Lings are getting mowed down. That's a lot of lings. Oh, but more Marines show up in time. None of the medics die, by the way. They all have full energy, and all the lings get shredded. There's 6 Mutalisks left. Hero's going to have to back off, but Royal, he's not confident to go in for the killing blow. He just backs off himself. I don't think he necessarily has to go for a killing blow because he's, you know, killed so many lings. He's forced so much larva to be spent on lings. And top left is, oh, actually it has more drones than I thought. It's got all 3 on gas. He's got some minerals coming in. So actually maybe Royal did need to bust there. Either way, he still has a good position because he's got his starports done. He's going to have vessels on the way. I always keep an eye on the SCV count when we approach around 10 minutes. Usually you want to get like something like 45, 50-ish. And that's exactly what Royal has done. So his econ is incredible. He can go more barracks if he wants. He can expand. You know, when I say more barracks, he can do like, you know, like a 7 racks, like all-in type of timing. Or he can just expand because obviously he has enough SCVs to saturate both or all 3 bases. Wow, how did that happen? Mulas pick off a vessel for free. Command center ends up getting put down, so it is not going to be an all-in from him. Even though we didn't see the bottom side of Royal's base, I think that most likely he's built another eBay. So I'm going to imagine that this is going to be more Marine medic, but he did float his factory and he did put on an add-on. So this could be like a mech switch, but mech switch is just, you know, so rare. It's just so rare. What's the add-on for? You would imagine it. Oh, it is an armory, so it is going to be a mech switch, and he's lifting the eBay. All right. We've got the Nyoken mech switch coming in here. You know, I use the mech switch all the time. I actually think that's like the only way you can win versus Zerg. Tanks are just so incredibly strong defensively, and so are Vultures with the Spider Mines. And Ultras, Plague, you know, it's just so ridiculous. He's going to come in. I think he might actually be able to get a cancel on this. No, he's not going to get a cancel, but he's going to eat some irradiates, that's for sure. That was a really good split, limiting the damage. But here's got his 4th base going up at top left. Command center has still been delayed. Now, when you're mech switching, you gotta put down all your stuff pretty much at 11:30, 12 minutes. Once it gets later than that, your factory add-ons, your tanks, your vulture counts, they're just way too little. And Zerg can overrun you if they have big econ, which I feel like Hero kind of does. So if he's going to mech switch, he needs to start building that stuff, like, now. Well, we do have the Doomsday drop coming. 2 dropships loaded up. Now, if he loses these drops, he's going to have basically no defense. He's going to have, like, 1 group of Marine Medic with 1 factory Vulture Spider Mines. That's not an army that can win. Good split, good split. Those are +1 Marines. They hit really hard and they can tank. That gets taken down. I think he saved 1 dropship, didn't he? So he might be able to go back in again. Oh, he did save 1 dropship, but he's not going to send it across. We've got an SCV setting up on the low ground like he's going to take that 3rd base as his 4th. But I don't really like that base. It's hard to split the map with mech, and you kind of just need to immediately take another main instead of a 3rd base, instead of struggling to deal with Dark Swarm, trying to get another main. This drop is going to get cleaned up. Say that this drop was... it was so-so. Like, he killed some Mutalisks, he killed some Scourge, he bought some time, which he did need to do because he needs to get his factories up and running. But it wasn't really the type of damage that you're really looking for when you're playing Terran. He didn't get any drone kills. That base wasn't mining, so it wasn't like a big deal to shut it down. But he does get his factories up now. When you're going for the mech switch, you're looking for at least 7. You kind of have to build more factories at another main so that you can defend the other main. And now the eBay got spotted, so he knows that this is the mech switch. So that means that Hero knows that he's got a lot of time to just power like crazy, because there's nowhere that Terran can attack anymore. Ultra's conversion coming down. He only really needs to build a couple Ultras versus mech just to soak up hits. You really don't need to build that many. But he can just start flooding Lings. It's going to be hard for Terran to stop armies when he doesn't have very many Marine Medic. That dropship gets taken down. That's a good plague. He will lose all of his workers and the Defiler, though. Dang, Terran's SCV count is crazy. 70 SCVs. But Hero no slouch either. 55 drones. That's pretty bonkers econ. Oh, the Mutas. I see that they've avoided. They're going to fight him. Get all of them. Boom. Every single vessel is taken down, and that is huge. And you can see he immediately spent 400 gas. So I'm assuming that those are vessels being killed. And that is massive, because that 400 gas could have been tanks. And now all of a sudden, when the mech switch is so late, and you had to build so many vessels, the tank count is going to be extremely lacking. If Hero saves up all his gas for the next minute or two, and just goes Mass Ultra, Ling, Defiler, he may be able to just run over Terran, because Terran's going to have no tanks. 1-1 upgrades are done for Zerg. Terran's at just +1 weapon. That was a huge mistake. Oh, and Royal's taking another base. This guy's expanding like crazy. He's got the money to do it. But I'm flabbergasted on this decision. I feel like it's going to be a real struggle to defend all 5 bases. And what I'm mostly looking at is, if you see the minimap, his 4th base has not taken the gas. And he desperately needs gas. He has done a good job delaying mines, but look at that. That's the first tank we've seen all game. 16 minutes, 1 tank. Hero's got enough gas that he can build 7 Ultralists. Good Vulture run by here to buy some time. Takes down a couple of drones, but the floodgates are going to start opening pretty soon. Zerg has so many hatches. The one single tank, is it going to die? He gets taken out. He's got Goliaths? Dude. I'm serious. If Hero builds like 10 Ultras, he may just, and then Mass Lings, he may be able to just run over Terran. No more Lings. I'm surprised he's not using any of his gas. Oh, did that get killed? I guess it got killed somehow. Terran has taken his gas at his 4th base, but it's not being mined. So he needs to fix that ASAP. Zerg now has a big bank. He could build the Ultralist if he wants. 8 is enough for sure. There goes some of the gas. Well, it doesn't look like it was that much. Maybe like a couple of Defilers, potentially. Just non-stop Lings. Hero's saying, like, I can just beat you with Lings, man. I play versus Mass Lings. I don't doubt it, but I do think he still needs to combo. Oh, there we go. He spent all of his gas. This has to be the Ultras now. I think maybe he was building Lings to get a read on how many tanks there actually are. And when he saw that there was 4, he's like, oh, no, sir. That's not allowed. It's time to build Mass Ultras. He's got the 2-2 upgrades. So 2-4 Ultras versus probably 2-1 Terran, where Terran's not set up really fully at top right. Oh, this is going to be a busted base at top right. There's no tanks. If he just sends everything up there, there's no way for Terran to take this. That is a lot of Ultras. Where are the Ultras? There's the Defiler. Remember, there's only 2 vessels out, so it's going to be really hard to kill this Defiler. Let's push this back, but I think it's just because Zerg didn't send their whole army, and there's only 3 Ultralists here. There's 4 Defilers. Oh my god. Plague for days. Oh, the drop. There we go. Nice usage of the eBay and racks. He's going to see it coming from a mile away, but does that matter? Okay, I forgot he still has Marines, so he will be able to shut down these Overlords, most likely. At the same time, here is going to be trying to cause a diversion in the center of the map. Oh, it did cause a diversion. That means that he's going to actually unload up here. Remember, these Marines only have +1. Ultras have +4 armor, and Vultures also don't do very much damage to Ultra. I was going to say that these Ultras could get a lot of damage done, but with the Irradiate coming in, doesn't look like it's going to do as much damage as I expected it to. But Terran's at only 170 supply. Zerg is maxed with a bank, with 5 bases, soon to be 6. And there's still not a lot of tanks set up at top right. And now this is where it gets scary. Drop has been shown, so the capability to drop can be anywhere. And I think there is 0 defense in the main. Terran is going to be completely blindsided with this. If there's the orange cloud, this may be lights out. He's completely out of position. Just drop on top of the tank, drop on top of the mines. Oh, you can just drop in the main, get in there. No? Third base? Okay, into the main. There we go. Where's the Defiler, though? There we go, there's the Defiler. Like he walled in the tank. Well, double dark cloud, orange cloud, I mean. Vessel's going to come in here and try and save the day, but the Ultras are wreaking havoc on that STV line. And these Ultralists and Lings are quite strong. Looks like the drop is going to get cleaned up, but I do have to say, Terran had to send back a ton of his stuff just to make sure he doesn't die. I can see that there's a lot of movement in the center of the map also, so he may be sending more down to bottom right, but at the same time, Zerg, if Zerg sends everything to top right, he may be able to bust there. Lings and Ultras going to engage on these tanks. There's no support. Will the tanks still win? I don't think so. I think the Ultras are going to win. Yeah, Ultras are going to take out all those tanks. Royal's in trouble. Royal is in big time trouble. These 2 Ultralists are going to clean up that base, and oh, it's just the floodgates have opened. So many Lings, so many Ultralists. I can still see that the 3rd base is under threat. The 5th base has been lifted, and soon the 4th base is going to be under threat. Oh, in fact, it already is. Where's the plague? Oh, there we go. Another plague goes off. Oh my gosh. One hero ultra. Can he say? Oh no, he got popped. Maybe that. Oh, that guy got popped too. How? There we go. Finally, a couple Ultras get on top of the tanks, and that's all of them going to be dying there. A Vulture run by at the 6th base. Who cares, though? It's 6th base Zerg. They probably haven't even really mined out any of their bases, so this base is going to get demolished. Terran is now at 120 supply. This is what I was talking about. When Terran is late on their mech switch, and Zerg knows about it, and Zerg kills 4 vessels, you are in a world of hurt because Zerg just gets massive eco. And I really do think that this base in particular was a complete liability because he was never able to secure top right. It's easy to defend when you're on high ground, not easy to defend on low ground. And that means Hero's going to take game 1. So now we're going to be going into game 2. And game 2 should be Deja Vu. Yeah, Deja Vu. So let's get into game 2 now. And we'll see if Royal can bring it back 1-1. Okay, so in the top left, we've got Royal. And in the bottom left, we do have Hero. So we've already seen a mech switch from Royal. This is one of the reasons I like Royal so much, is he does a variety of builds. It's not like when you see Ample play, for example, you know it's going to be a 2-Rax. It's not like when you see Beast play, you know he's going to all-in Ling, right? He always mixes it up. And Hero, he played it perfectly. He got massive econ. He knew when he was vulnerable, took care of the drop. Once the drop was gone, got rid of some of the vessels. And then, what can Terran do? Like a single Sunken will take care of Vultures for the next 5 minutes. So it's really nice response from Hero. And I think Royal should consider 14 CCing here. I think that would be a nice mix-up from him. I don't think Hero's going to like 9 pool now. You know, he did get greedy with 12 hatch and then like 14 pool or something insane. But I think if Hero's going to tone it back, I think he'll most likely just 12 hatch, 11 pool. I don't really see him as doing like an overpull or something, but I could be wrong. Well, either way, the SCV is going out, so this is not going to be a 14cc. But SCV is putting the racks in an interesting position. It's near the ramp. You can't really fit many turrets right there. So I'm curious what the position means. We're going to have the drone go to the low ground. Put down that hatchery. No. Okay, for a second I thought he was going to 2 racks in his main. I was like, there's no way. Well, SCV is going to go out, and he will find Zerg last, I think, right? Yeah, he's going to top right. So a bit unlucky there. And Zerg's going to find Terran first, so that's really nice for Zerg. And Hero, he's doing the same thing, man. This guy's so greedy. Why don't people punish him by going 8 racks? Oh, it's 3 hat before pool. Oh my gosh. So massive econ. Massive advantage. I wonder if Hero did this because he didn't get scouted first. Like, if he gets scouted, does he just put down the pool? Kind of like the last game where he got scouted quickly? Or does he just go 3 hatch, you know, when he doesn't get scouted? You know, last game I was even thinking that he might go 3 hatch. So I do like that he has done it here. But this is a very greedy play. And you know, the hatch isn't really positioned in a, you know, obvious spot. Like, I could see Royal miss-scouting here. The drone on the ramp is curious, but it is Deja Vu where you just need 1 drone to block off. So I don't think you really lose much by pulling the drone here. This is a really nice mind game from Hero. A lot of times it seems obvious, but it's not obvious. It's so high level that there's a lot of times you do play somebody that's just going 2 hatch, and it's just a normal build, and then you underreact or you overreact. Well, the 2 Marines are here. At this point, he may be a little confused. One thing to point out is that the SCV checked the natural and did not see larva being used, so maybe he does think that it is 3 hatch before pool. Now that barracks at bottom left, that's the command center at the natural, right? Like, I'm not tripping. Yeah, okay. He's going to float this in the main. And he's going to try and win with, like, fire bats in the main. This is so risky. However, what I do like that Royal has done is he's shown where the SCV is. And as long as the SCV gets chased around forever, I don't think Hero has, like, any suspicion of there being a proxy building out on the map. No. Well, he let the... Okay, he still knows that the SCV went to top left. But one of the things I don't like about this build is pros generally scout all over the map when they have nothing to do with their lings. But this time around, he doesn't scout. And that means that this is going to land right when the academy finishes, and this should be fire bats. But this is a huge commitment. Massive commitment. How many is he going to build? It needs to be, in my opinion, at least 2. Because he doesn't want to just run in there, not get any damage done. If he just pulls drones and they don't get any kills, I feel like this is a waste. That is a lot of lings. But there's a bunker here. Hero, he's trying to bait him out of position, but unbeknownst to him, he needs all these lings in his main. He's building more lings. Does he think there's something up? It's just barely out of vision. Well, the medic's out, so, like, how does this work now? He's gonna have to run into the main. Oh, there it goes. He's gonna try and make it work. Oh, wait, what? That wasn't fully loaded? The bunker might die. It is gonna die. All these Marines are gonna die. Now what do? You have to send in the fire bats. You can just pray that Zerg's not looking. Right now he's not, but he's attacking the drones on the gas. Oh, they lined up. You got 2 more. Oh, they're lining up again. Oh my gosh, so many drone kills. Massive damage. Oh, and Terran actually held the lings because of that. Yes, he lost a lot of Marines, but he held. back into the drone line again. Oh, I would have loved if he had a medic, and he does have a medic. Oh, but that was the perfect drone drill, keeping the medic away from the fire bat, and it's gonna get taken down with the medic that had almost full energy coming out of it. You know, full energy on spawn, I mean. So missed opportunity to just outright win the game with those fire bats, but he still did a ton of damage. And you know, this does actually keep a lot of the Mutalists, a lot of the Lings back. He could land this at any moment, start building Marines, and Terran or Zerg has to respect it. Instead, Hero's just going to continue to drone up. This is so typical Royal, just very low unit count in the beginning. Just now building additional barracks. Oh, he's got his factory coming. Imagine proxying a second racks across the map, having only one racks in general, and then being like, you know what? I'm just gonna go factory. I guess he thought he did enough drone damage that either he's gonna get mega all-in by Mutalisk and he can hold with turrets, or if it's not a mega all-in, he'll just be able to power out of it. And this was a good read because he's just gonna power out of it. And Zerg has like no map presence, has no mutas. Terran's gonna go for a timing now. Okay, this is perfect. Tank push with Vessel after you've already crippled their econ, and you know they don't have a third base, no third gas, no third minerals. This is really nice. So what do you do if you're Hero here? I actually think you gotta mute a Scourge. I think there's a decent chance that this could be tank Valkyrie. If you go +1 armor Mutalists are surprisingly tanky versus Valkyries. Valkyries do almost no damage. If it ends up being a Radiate, well, that kind of sucks, to be honest. But your Mutalists, you're still going to have a high number of Mutalists. You can still pick off the tank somewhat easily. Anytime it's isolated, you can just swoop in and get it in 2 volleys. So I think armor with Muta Scourge is the play here, and try and just shut down the push. Is there an armory? Nice facility. Okay, so kind of gets the short end of the stick there, I think. I think Valkyrie would have been what Zerg was really hoping to get. One, it takes long to build, and like I said, armor is just ridiculous versus Valkyrie. But this is a good play from Royal. Gonna go for Vessels instead. Just needs one Irradiate to just really cripple the muta count. Hero's got his third base coming up. It's gonna be finished in just a second. There's a drone transfer. Okay, nice. Now, I didn't see in the main whether he's got the Queen's Nest or the Hydrogen done, but I imagine one of those 2 buildings in the main must be one of those. A couple of turrets dying, a couple of Marines dying. Marine count, not the greatest, I will say. Maybe it'll be like 2 groups of Marine Medic when he moves out with his 3 tanks. Something like that. There's the second tank, and we will have the third in just a second. eBay blinking. I don't think +1 weapon is done yet. Pollution chamber, okay. I think Zerg is doing exactly what you need to do. He powered up hard. Look at his worker count. Despite losing, what, 9 workers or so? He's actually up in workers. And Royal, he's just mega all-inning here. 33 SCVs is just absolutely nothing, but he's going to have as much stuff as he could possibly get. He's got the exact amount of resources to support all this. We've got the first vessel out and the 3 tanks, so it's go time, baby. Now, all Royal has to do is focus on the push, make sure he doesn't get counter-killed by Mutalists and Lings, and I think this is his game. No! Why? Why get rid of the bunker? Like, it's an irradiate off. Okay, that's a lot of damage. But the bunker is gone now. I was gonna say like he should keep 1 fire bat in there to make sure he can just eviscerate the Lings, and then a couple of Marines. Well, here we go. This push is extremely difficult to stop. Supplies are even. Terran is down in workers, but the Defiler Mountain just started. This is a sick timing. There's no Radiance anymore, but I don't think he necessarily needs a Radiate. I don't even think he needs Siege here. Oh, where'd those Lings come from? Oh, lurkers. 1 lurker out. He gets 1 tank, but doesn't get the second one. But the other one's heavily damaged. There was no SCV sent. Ooh, vessel catch would be huge. 5 lurkers. shredding those Marines. I don't think Zerg can win the fight right at this moment. I think he has to wait a little bit longer, but Royal's going to reinforce. Another raid goes out. He's going to take care of the Mutalisks pretty much. Those are like so bruised that they're basically useless. And Royal, he knows he's got his moment now. Here we go. Lurkers in the back. Mutalisks get shredded. What about the tanks? The tank is going to die, but there's too much Marine medic. This is it, right? Looks like the Lurkers are not going to be in time. The Marines are going to shred through all the Sunkens. Drones were never transferred. Now they are, but they're going to lose a ton of their lives. 4 or 5 get shredded right there. I think we've got a tied series on our hand, boys. I can't imagine they're holding this as the first couple Lurkers get immediately knocked down. Okay. Lurkers actually get here in time, but there's so many losses. 45 supply to 70. Karen has started to rebuild their SCV count. The Irradiates are going to take care of these 2 Lurkers. So this Nashville is not safe just yet. 4 Lings coming out. I guess that's all you can really build. But the Marines should be able to take care of them. Remember, these are unupgraded Zerglings. These are 1-1 Marines. They hit pretty hard and they can tank quite a bit. And with another tank here, I don't think that there's really any way for the Lurkers to win the battle. There's no more Mutalisks anymore. There's no overwhelming amount of Lurkers. There's no overwhelming amount of Lings. Yeah, this should be unstoppable. I hope that the yellow dot that we see behind this army, I hope that it's hold position Lurkers. I think it's the only way you get back in this game. Lurker on the high ground. No, well, it wasn't. It was just Lings. Lurker on the high ground, but it's going to get taken out. See you later. That Lurker is going to get taken out. And the tank is still alive. The Filer's out, but I think it's too late at this point. Zerg's been set back. There's Dark Swarm. We need it. Oh, there it is. Zerg's going to hold on for now. And Karen did not take a base during all this, but I think it's okay. He did ridiculous damage. He could expand now, or he could continue to just put on the pressure with more barracks. You know, potentially dropship could be good. Okay, there's the answer to my question. How many racks are there? There's 5. So good production, but he's not all in. And the vessel, guess they didn't have energy to irradiate anything, but they're fishing around. Scourge, no connection. Ooh, 1 Lurker. Oh well, getting 2 vessels for 1 Lurker and a couple Scourges, nice. And he gets it a Filer. Base is going to be dead again. And if he can take down the Nidus, then how does Zerg really help? That'd be just GG's. That was a nice build from Royal. I still think that the Proxy Rax is questionable, but he hit against the build that built a lot of Lings. All of them were out of position, and he's going to tie up the score 1-1. So we're going to go into game 3 in just a second. What's game 3? Okay, game 3. It's going to be on Monty Hall. I like Royal here. I think he's got so many different builds that Monty Hall's a weird map. I'm going to favor him here, but hey, maybe Hero can pull out something special. We've got Royal in top left, and we've got Hero in the bottom right. Maybe going for the Proxy Rax was a setup for this game. I think when you're playing someone like Royal who does weird builds very often, you may suspect a proxy, factory or proxy racks or, proxy starports. I don't know if you would ever do that versus Zerg, but you get what I'm saying. I feel like you would suspect potentially proxy happening on this map, but because he did it in the last game, that has to have lowered the odds a decent amount, right? Like, what are the odds that he proxies twice in a row? I think that's quite low. So if he proxies here, I think this is a massive mind game. Now, Hero, we've seen him get greedy twice in a row. He went hatch, additional drones, then pool in game 1. Hatch, in pool in game 2. I honestly think he's going to do it again, because maybe for whatever reason he's got a read that this guy's just not 8-raxing these days. And so far he's been right. And here we go. This is going to be a leftover SCV. Is this going to be a proxy? I don't think that this is intended to float. Well, why would you build the racks out here if you're not floating it or not proxying it? Okay, I think he's trying to punish, you know, the hatch build, but this time around he guessed the wrong side. Now what I thought this was going to be was maybe a proxy racks and then an immediate proxy factory, but there's no gas, so that's not going to happen. Drone is scouting along the left side, and he will be happy to see that there is no racks here. Now, Hero still hasn't built a pool, so he has the option after getting all this knowledge to just go another hatch. Is that what he's going to do? No. Despite seeing that there's nothing on the left side, he still doesn't risk it. He's just going to go for the pool follow-up. And now, Royal's kind of in a weird spot. Like, what is the intention of this Rax now that there's going to be no hatchery over here? This is a map with a lot of, what's the word, cliffs? So even if he finds an isolated Overlord, I think the Overlord's going to be able to get over a ledge in time to make sure that it doesn't die. I guess he could leap over the Marine, right? You can push it over with the SCV. Looks like he may be doing that. Or maybe not. SCV's just going back. Okay, he just wants to kill the Overlord. But if you do this... Oh, it's actually out in no man's land. He might actually kill that. Wow, he's going to get it. I can't believe that he's going to get it. I thought that these Marines were just going to show themselves, and then Hero knows that the Rax was proxied because there's no way Marines could get here in time. Which means that Cheng's going to either expand there, or he's going to float the Rax back and just have a low Marine count. And now he sees that the Rax is floated. But either way, that was a nice kill onto the Overlord. I think that Hero... Well, it's not I think. I know Hero misstepped there. It was really no reason to have that Overlord right in the center. And it's going to be another eBay. So another fast upgrade play. I like it on this map. I don't think he's going to get all-in often. And Hero, that is a bigger building than normal for the Spire, right? I don't think that's the Spire. Is it? I guess we'll see at some point. It looks slightly bigger on the mini-map. Got the SCV transfer coming. Well, now there's definitely something else got built there. What is that? Is that Hydrogen and Queen's Nest? Looks like Hero's gonna take the base right outside of his main. I don't know what to think about this. Seems like that's very isolated, but I mean, what other base could he take? He doesn't want to take the right side base. That base has already been, or that mineral patch in Royal side of the map has already been mined out, so you don't want to do that. And Royal, I think it's going to be another 4 racks from him. It was a Hydrogen. I knew it was. I was like, there's no way that that's not a Hydrogen. And that has to be the Queen's Nest. So it's going to be Lurkers. Oh, no. Spire. Okay. Is it really a Lurker fake? I don't think it is. I think that this is Lurkers to get defense up at his natural and his third base. Either way, there's the factory. 540 factory. Really fast. Extremely fast. This could be another like tank vessel play, I think. I think that would be perfect. scans are going off. What does he see? We're not going to get a look at that, but he's going to see that the guy has both the hydrogen and spire, and there's been no mutas any time, or there hasn't been any mutas shown just yet. So I don't think he needs to build that many turrets. I think he must suspect that this is like late mutas or not very committed mutas. There's the Queen's Nest. Okay, we are going to have the Hive coming in just a second. See you later, SCV. You got too greedy trying to get that mineral patch. You just said, no, sir. You are not allowed to mine that out. Now, I did see a single lurker. Maybe he really does just only have the hydrogen as like a fake. We do have the starports on the way, so science is really going to be coming pretty soon. Also, I don't think that this is an armory game. I don't think we're going to see Valkyries. I think we're going to see the vessels once again. And there goes the other scan. Okay, he sees Hive coming in. He sees the evolution chamber on the way. And that's going to be a lot of sunkers. Is this Ultraless? It smells like Ultraless. Right, that patch has been mined out, so the Marines can actually get out onto the field. For now, what is this, like 6 Mutilis? Something like that? Is keeping this entire Marine ball back. I like how Royal killed an Overlord, so now he could send off like 4 Marines. I think you can walk around the left side. No, you cannot. Okay, I thought you could, but not going to be able to walk around the left side of that base to get behind the mineral line. He would have to deal with the sunken, so no run-by capability, really. And Terran's on the move. He's forced out 5 sunkens. At this point, when you see this many sunkens, it has to be Ultraless, right? So Royal has some options here. Does he put down another eBay and just really start scaling his upgrades? Or does he go for an armory and start going into tanks and vultures? I think when you're at this level and you've got this level of multitasks on this particular map, I think this map tends to just favor Marine Medic and vessels. So I hope we don't see a mech switch here. I just want to see some pure, big time multitask play and just slugfest everywhere. Really curious what Hero's Gas is going into. That has to, I was going to say it has to be the Ultraless Cavern, but it's the Defiler Mound. Still doesn't have his 3rd gas, so that's not looking good for Zerg. Zerg does have a good worker count. 39 versus 41. But I think Terran's army is just... Is it unstoppable? He rushed the +1. He can have +1 armor pretty soon, too. He's on the move, and the Mutilis didn't see him move at all. Okay, now they're coming over here. Macro hatch? I think it's a macro hatch. The big time macro coming in for Hero, but yeah, he doesn't need hatches. He needs to have stuff. Is that another hatch? I think Hero may have underbuilt worker, not underbuilt workers, but underbuilt defense. This is a lot of Marines. Oh, does he have consume? If he has consume, he's fine, obviously. Oh, SCV gonna build another command center. 3 base. Oh, that was nice. Picks off that vessel. No more irradiates for you. The father's gonna be able to run rampant. But he's got a couple more vessels sitting here and waiting, and it is going to be bio play. He's got more barracks coming in. That SCV gets taken down. Ooh, double radiate. That's a lot of damage. Well, I think we're just going to have a lull in the game because neither player can really attack. They're just powering up. You can see that Royal is kind of confused as he double scanned top right and bottom left. He's like, dude, what? Why is everything so late, so slow? Maybe you got drops? But he didn't get drops. It's just that he built so many drones and went for this weird tech timing, and now he's built a bunch of hatcheries that he's waiting for to kick in. Immediate reaction. Throws the lurker, and that means it's going to be a denial of his attack. There's the plague. I was wondering if he had enough for plague, and the answer is yes. However, this army on the left side is pretty freaking big, and these vessels do have energy. Oh, he's just going to go. He's not even going to wait. I think that's actually a smart move. Plague would be amazing. Plague would be amazing. Oh. Getting rid of the distractor is nice, but he doesn't get much else. A tank? I don't know what to think of the tank. I think the tank timing is just late now, is it not? Of course, tanks are good defensively, but I don't know how much value you're going to get out of, you know, one factory tanks this late into the game. Those Hydras do have speed. I was wondering if we're going to see the patented hero Hydra play. Speed, range Hydras. I think Terran's just got such a formidable force. How do you deal with this army? It's huge. I don't even think the Hydrolings are going to beat this army. Marine Medic is too good. Oh, well, I take it back. I guess the Hydras are a little bit better than I thought. But Royal, anytime there's an attack, he's always on the move. He's counterattacking the middle. Oh, that was a juicy plague. Gonna get rid of every single Marine Medic right there. Goodbye. But what's funny is Terran still has a massive army. I think, I knew I heard vessels dying. He lost another 2 vessels. Is there no energy? So a radiate goes off, and the vessel is going to take down that Defiler too. Meanwhile, Hero's got his 4th base coming up at mid-right, but I have a feeling that he's not going to have 4 bases for long. I don't see any way to kill the tank, unless he's hiding like Broodling or something, which I definitely didn't see. Straggler army on the left side might be able to deny that base. Waiting to see what the play is going to be from Hero. Okay, he's going to just loop around and try and take down the natural. I think this is a smart move. If he can get down Dark Swarm, it's going to be really hard to see the lurkers under there on this map in particular. Oh my gosh, he slows down all of the lurkers. All that's left are Hydras. And yes, this is a lot of Hydras, but he's got tanks. He's got a heavily upgraded Marine Medic. Well, that tank is not going to be that strong at all. There's a couple of radiates go off. That's nice. There's no medics. I don't think he needs them though. Another radiate goes off, so all 3 of those lurkers are going to die. And now, what was it, like 120 to 115 a second ago? It's now 157 to 115. Massive supply swing. Ooh, he's going to attack the natural at the same time, putting pressure everywhere. I'm getting worried for Zerg. Like, 4-base Terran is like so ridiculous. And it's not like the Radion game where it's easy bases for Zerg to take. And like, Terran's got like not a lot of tanks, which, you know, they can die easily, but there's still a lot of firepower supporting them. The vessel count has been whittled down quite a bit, but it seems so hard to manage the middle and then like get hit by a counterattack and then, you know, swoop around and try and defend there too. I guess he does have Nidus, which makes it a little bit easier, but I'm still worried that this army is going to easily win versus the Hydras, but I guess I'm maybe wrong because I just watched Hydras kill an entire Marine medic ball with just a single plague. Units all die. That's a lot of Marines left over, and again, more units being sent through the middle. This base is under threat. There's no Nidus here, but the Marine count is not that big. If we can get a plague off, that would be sick. You gotta be careful with the vessels, man. He's already lost so many. If he loses more, oh, he lost 2 more. He's losing a lot of his high-tech units. These Marines are all gonna get taken down. The tanks are gonna get taken down. Maybe not. These 2 Hydras will actually lose the battle to that one single Marine. Oh, but there's still so much action. There's another attack at the natural. So hard to manage the bases. This is finally gonna get taken down. Darkstorm comes down to finish this. That tank did get off a decent amount of drone kills. You know, we're not seeing his graphic come up, but I'm pretty sure he got like something like 7, something like that. Seemed like a good amount. But now a 5th base for Terran. Terran, well, I guess Terran's back on 4 bases because his natural's lined out. But Terran's in a really good spot here. Another great plague. I do want to say that Terran never took his 4th gas. I don't know how impactful that will be, but either way, Royal's doing a really good job to put the pressure on everywhere. But Hero, he's holding on. He cleans up another army. And now, you know, Hydra, Lurker, Ling, Defiler is strong, and the Defiler gets taken out. He really needed that Defiler for the Dark Swarm and the Plague. Oh, wow. He's going to get rid of every single Lurker with the Irradiate. Oh, but not before he gets some SCV kills. The Focus Fire is good. Gets all the Marines. Okay, that was good damage. That was really good damage. But again, another attack on the right side. It gets taken out, or sorry, not taken, it gets cleaned up. There's no Defiler here. Is there a Defiler? He gets irradiated and dies off. Zerg has more workers right now, but he's down 35 army supply. So there is a world. Okay, D-Matrix. Wow, D-Matrix is so good. Another good plague. But I think he bought enough time to get the lurkers out. There's the Dark Swarm. Again, just buying time. Doesn't matter if the Hydras can't survive or can't kill the units. He just needs to get the lurkers under there, and there we go. Some drones get sniped down, but not that many. I actually think Royal needs to get a consolidated army. He's now bled off like 4 or 5 armies. Yes, he's getting kills, but I'm worried that at some point, Zerg may just overrun and counterattack. A single tank. Another great plague. And the vessel count is still just not very big. But what is very problematic for Zerg is Zerg has a lot of drones here. He's not mining bottom left very much. And as Cruiser points out, the gas is extremely low and he's about to lose that extractor. This looks like Zerg barely doesn't have enough. He just has no gas. There's 4 tanks here. Dark Swarm is down, but the tanks are killing everything before stuff gets on top of them. Here we go again. What's this, round 2? Look, he's just killing so much. He kills another vessel, but the Marine Medic are still holding the line. The single fire bat makes sure nothing passes by. Zerg has the island at bottom left, and that's not going to probably ever get scanned. Zerg has +3 armor, so that's great for him, but he has no weapon damage on his Zerglings. I'm not sure what his weapon damage is on his Hydralis, but he's doing like no damage to these Marines with his Zerglings. That's another army that's going to die, but I think actually Terran may have done it because this is a huge army coming across. Again, no gas at all. Like every Defiler and Lurker that gets picked off is almost impossible to rebuild. Another Lurker that's going to die. And now he sends a ton of stuff here, but he's committing really hard to this. He may lose his other base for this. That Lurker really wasn't under the Dark Swarm. That's a nice kill. That Lurker's going to die. This base is gone, man. There's no fire bats, so I guess maybe Ling can hold Ling Lurker, but I don't think so. Oh, there's the fire bats. There's 5 of them. That is a lot of things. Wow. This was pretty perfect, I gotta say, from Royal. Non-stop action, keeping Zerg on the back foot the entire time. I really thought maybe he needed to just back off and get a more consolidated army, but he really made these small armies work. Now he has a huge army, and this base is 100% dead. We see Zerg has now gone sub 100 supply, and we're going to see GG in a second, because I don't think there's really any answer to this. Another plague goes off. Again, the gas getting taken out, as Cruiser points out. If you look at the mini-map, the gas at the natural is still not being mined. So it's literally just almost only Lings and Hydras can be built. Yeah, just so much value out of this army. Heard a scan go off, not sure exactly where it was. At least Hero has his bottom left base with the gas. So he at least has gas coming in, but he is in massive trouble. And that vessel, what's he up to? He's just going to radiate a drone or something? Oh, he's got to drop. Oh, this has to trigger the GG. How can he stop this? Well, the answer is you probably don't. Oh, I just now realized that the tank can shoot the Nidus from the low ground if he really, really wants. Exactly what did he focus it? Well, with this base going down, that's going to go... That's Hero's dream of winning this game going down the drain, too. Ooh, lost vision. But it doesn't matter. GG comes out. And that's going to put Royal up 2-1. So he's now 1 game away from making it into the next round. And I think it's Hero's pick, right? I can't imagine Hero picking Monty Hall, did he? We're going to have Minstrel come up next. And, you know, I really don't think this is a good map for Zerg. So let's get into our final, not final game, but let's see if Royal can close it out here with a victory. Right. This could be it. We've got Hero in the bottom right. And in the top left, we do have Royal. So Hero, he's obviously got to win here. Otherwise, he's going to be eliminated. Do you really go for another greedy build again? Or has he set him up for this moment? Has he set Royal up for an 8 racks and he just goes pool first? If he does, that would be unbelievable. Just unbelievable soul read here to blind counter him like that. So far, Royal not falling for the bait. No SCV going out. Okay, it's not going to be an 8 racks. Oh, maybe it is. There it goes. And is it going to be pool first? He's got 100 minerals in just a second. Does it go into the Overlord? Oh, look at this. The huge brain. Oh, it's a depot. Oh, I thought it was a huge brain play. 8 racks versus a 9 pool. But no, it's just going to be a wall in. And this is already not a great scenario for Hero. Terran's got a wallable position here, like Ling tight wall. He could go for a command center behind it. It's Royal. He could be going tech behind it and going like a 2-port Wraith build into a low econ. Oh my god, is it a 14cc? Was this the big brain play? Force him to bait him into 14cc after seeing 3 hatch before pool? Oh my gosh. Well, this game's over. There's no way he can win. He's also not scouting, so he's not going to see it coming. Well, we're going to go to game 5, boys. Unless we can see the SCV power come into full force here. Oh my gosh. You love to see it. Goodbye, Royal. Nice knowing you. What's the 5th map? 5th map is, it's Kickback, right? And I think that was Zerg's pick? And Zerg, I think, is pretty good. Oh, is he going to wall off immediately? I think, was it touching the edge? I thought this was a full wallable position. Maybe I'm wrong here. Well, it doesn't really matter now because it's a 14cc. I wonder if Royal will just GG as he sees the lings come out. He does have a decent amount of time to get the SCVs into position, and they are really strong. But he didn't pull. His depot's too late. Okay, now he's coming. How many did he pull, though? Oh, yeah, it's not a full wall. Okay, but only one ling can get at a time? That was not the move. I guess you're obligated to come out and fight when the SCV bounces on the wrong side, right? Okay, one gone, two. He's lost way too much. Well, I was wrong about the full wall. I thought it was full wallable right there. Maybe it's a different place you put the rats. But none of that matters now because the lings have done crippling damage. It's 13 drones to 9. Technically, he holds on. But, you know, this is not ladder. We're not in the F ranks here where Terran's going to just, you know, sit on tanks and draw the game out and win. Zerg's going to have their lair coming pretty soon, I'm sure. You know, oh, sorry. It's already going up. He's going to have his Spire on the way versus a Terran that's not even mining gas. I think if I was him and saw that the lair's already started, I'd just leave. Like, maybe if this was like a 5 pool and they were still trying to like build up their drone count, maybe it's playable. But yeah, he just taps out. There's no way you can hold it. Mutas are too ridiculous. And that's going to give us a tied score, 2-2. So we're going the distance here. We're going to go to game 5. We're going to get kickback, which I think is a good map for Zerg. I'm still waiting for the players to pull out 2-port Wraith. I've been calling it for years now, it seems. Oh, sorry, it was kickback ban. We actually have Pantheon coming in. I don't know why I thought kickback was the final map. I guess I was just looking at Royal's screen. So Pantheon, the final map. Let's get into it. This is always an epic map for TVZ. Okay, here we go. In the top left, we do have Hero. And in the bottom left, we do have Royal. Do you 14cc again here? I don't know, actually. I'm kind of leaning towards just going for it. I think that the chances of him 9 pooling back-to-back is kind of low. Hero strikes me as somebody that's like very greedy, right? So like him going for back-to-back-to-back 3 hatch before pool, I could see that, but 9 pool back-to-back? I don't really see that. So I think 14cc could be a good opener. But instead it's an 8 racks. Okay. Well, at least we're getting differing builds every single time. That's, again, great to see. The full gauntlet here. And again, Pantheon is a map that has a good semi-wall. So he'll be able to float this back into position, wall off if he has to. Hero, please don't build additional drones, man. Just build the hatch and then build the pool. I don't want to see a 5-minute game because you built an additional drone. He did it. He actually is going to go 11 pool. Thank you, Hero. He should be able to hold this. Terran is going to get off the first scouts, so that's nice. One thing I will say, though, is that Royal does 6 racks often. And I know it's not a 6 racks, but he plays versus these players enough times that they know he can also 6 racks. So they may overreact to this. If they overreact and, you know, like pull way too many drones, regardless of how many drone kills he gets, it may be too much lost mining time. Drone versus Marine, that feels ambitious, and he's going to lose his life immediately. That's what I was talking about. He's already pulled 5 drones. 6 drones. And I guess 7 if you consider the one that already died. Oh, Pantheon is pretty brutal because he can just retreat to the high ground like that. Buildable terrain is actually quite far also. Yeah, look how many drones he's pulled. That's an insane amount of drones. Does he have vision to drill on anything? He's not drilling on anything, but it doesn't matter. He surrounds 2 of the Marines. That's really good. He's lost 2 drones there. Also the original one. Oh, he catches another Marine. Great. Okay, I think that was a good hold. He did lose a lot of mining, obviously pulling that many drones, but he kept 3 on minerals, so he still had eco coming in, but his gas is obviously really late. But I don't think Hero necessarily minds him playing a 3-hatch build because he's been going 3-hatch or trying to go 3-hatch in the previous games. So right now, Hero's just going to try and recover his econ. Wonder what the follow-up is going to be for Royal. He lost a lot of Marines. He did a decent amount of damage. He's shown that he kind of has a tendency to go +1 weapon. But now maybe it's the time to like 2 racks. Put on a lot of pressure. Maybe rush your factory even faster than he did before. Well, there's the gas. That's an Academy gas timing. I don't think this is an eBay. I think he's going to keep the pressure on. Oh, never mind. There's the eBay. I guess I don't 8 racks enough myself to know, is this an eBay timing or an Academy timing? I just saw the gas go down at like 4 minutes, and I was like, that's definitely an Academy. But I guess considering that it's an 8 racks, you know, everything's delayed like 30 seconds. It makes sense. That's 6 Marines. That's a lot, actually. Ling's going to get in here and see that the Marines are still out on the map. Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, he's sending everything back. I think that's smart. But Ling does get in. We'll scout everything. Sees that's another eBay opening, so he knows that he doesn't have to worry about getting Sunkens up, really. Academy's still not done, so there's no stim for a while either. Despite the damage, Hero's recovered his worker count quite nicely. It's 21 to 26. His lair is obviously late, but I think this is still okay for him. I still like Royal's position better overall, but I think Hero's, you know, in an okay position. We've got the racks coming in. I think that this is again going to be 4 racks. But we'll see. He's continuing to mine gas. A lot of times you pull off. Yeah. At least one of them. So maybe it's going to be Rush Factory. If we're going to see the Rush Factory, it would come in about now, but that's another racks, unless he built it right next to the barracks. Nope, that's going to be 4 racks again. Okay, so as expected, 4 racks coming in. Going to have a lot of pressure on the map with the 4 racks. Sim is done, so rain should be on the way pretty soon. I feel like we're like in a repeat of Radeon. Like I feel like we're basically in the same state. Oh, it's a 5 racks. Like worker count looks similar. Yes, I realize Aaron did some damage, but you know the Mutalisks in game 1 on Radeon didn't really do much damage at all. So the fact that they're late here doesn't really seem like much of a difference because they didn't do anything in game 1 anyways. So it just kind of feels like we're a repeat of Radeon, but hello? Oh, looks like I lagged out for a second here or something, but I'm back now. Mutas are out. And so far, he's already built more Mutalisks than he did on Radeon, right? This is 9. So he's got a real amount of Mutalisks out initially. But I don't think there's enough to engage. +1 weapon is going to be kicking in like just a few seconds. So the Mutalisks do need to be very careful. There's not very many links to support the Willis, so he's going to have a tough time engaging. He needs to make sure he gets the right angles. That was a good stim. Royal has a tendency to branch off a couple Marines, but I think he's trying to figure out where the hatchery is before doing so. I'm not sure if he found it at top right or not, but he's on the way to top right. Meanwhile, the Mutalists are in the main. They take down a turret. Oh, he's just going into a base trade type of scenario. Bunker is going to get picked off. No? Okay, now it is. There's no medic. Okay, there is one medic here. I was going to say, there's no medic here, so they're not going to get saved. If you're really sacking his base, the Marines are not turning around. Yes, Terran's going to lose a lot here, but it's 5 rack. This was a misread. This is a complete misread from Hero. He thought that the Marines were going to turn around. He thought this was going to be like a 3 racks or a 4 racks, but it's a 5 racks, so Terran's not turning around. He can just defend with reinforcements. Or Marines going down. I mean, this is good damage, but it's a denied third base. The denial is huge, and he forces out so many Sunkens, so it's a denied third base and forces out so many Sunkens. What other option do you have here as Royal or as Hero, other than camp, go to Filer and pray that you win with long game? He doesn't have an evolution chamber, so he can't go Ultralist. He doesn't have like enough Mulas to beat a 5 racks. I don't think. He's going to take down one of the turrets. And the critical thing is Terran lost no Marines in the center of the map. Like, yes, he's losing a lot of Marines here, but this army is going to get packed for free. So he's going to be able to sync up 2 groups, 3 groups in just a second. And I don't think he's going to be able to knock down, 5 Sunkens with Mulas, but he's going to be able to deny a third base forever. Almost gets it. What's that? Okay, evolution chamber. I don't think he can ever go Ultralist here, so I think evolution chamber is like the least of his concerns. I feel like he needs to really prioritize all of his gas going into the Defiler, going into Lurkers, because even though he killed a lot of Marines, he didn't delay the tech. He didn't kill SCVs. Terran's eco's crazy. This is what, 2.5 groups of Marine Medic now? He's going to need a ton of Lurkers to defend attacks to the third base, potentially attacks on his natural. He scans top right, sees there's no base there, but he may scan the natural pretty soon, or he may have already scanned the natural and saw it was there. I'm not sure exactly. Either way, Hive is on the way, but he's still got to buy so much time. Yeah, that's a huge group of Marine Medic. He just can't engage. Despite what has happened, though, supplies are still really close. 97 to 80. There's 4 lurkers. Okay, that could be a game changer. If he doesn't scan those lurkers and they're on hold position, he could kill an entire army, and that would get Hero back into the game. He desperately needs that. Double science facility, or double science vessel coming out in just a second. And I think once they get out, that's going to trigger him to be on the move. Okay, repositioning the lurkers now. That's interesting. He needs to bait the Marines over towards the right side. I think he just burrowed. Yeah, I think he just burrowed as we lost vision. So we need a massive bait into those lurkers. Right there. I want to see a pool of red just get exploded on the screen. I think he's likely to go over there. He is! There's lurkers on the high ground on the left side, so he's not going to go there. Where the lurkers? Oh no, the vessel saved the day. Ends up only losing a couple of Marines. And these lurkers are going to have to tuck tail and get the heck out of there. Remember, the Hive was late, so there's no Defiler anytime soon. That's an Irradiate, so that lurker's gone. We need a double shot. Okay, he gets 2 Marines. Is there really only 1 vessel? Oh, by the way, what's at bottom right? Is that an SCV? If that's an SCV over at bottom right, we may be going mech switch again. Well, maybe not. He's got a factory floating, so I guess scratch that. Looks like it was not an SCV. It was some type of Marine fire bat. I saw the Ling die over there. Wow, Hero even taking a 4th base. He's really confident that he can hold. I guess he can because he kept the majority of his Mutalisk alive. Oh, free army right here. He will kill 2 Mutalisks, but he does lose a lot. That's a good irradiate. Another good irradiate. Oh, tons of damage. Does he have any? No, he doesn't have any tanks because the factory's floating. Still don't have Filer though, but I don't think that that's an issue anymore. He's held on long enough that it will be out in time to defend like an attack at top right. Top left is just not bustable. There's too many Sunkens. So I like what Royal is doing is he's just expanding, taking bottom middle. Now, I personally don't like when Terran players float their factory. It gives away that you're not mech switching. That's such a key building. Why show it? But he's now shown that he's just going to be going Marine Medic this time. Hero's really good versus Marine Medic. He's got the killer usage of the Plague. Always knows how to, pick off units with his ranged Hydras. I don't know about... Okay, Ling upgrade. So is this another Ultra game? There's the add-on for the BCs. So we're going to have BCs coming out. And another command center. Okay, so this is going to be epic. We're going to have a split map scenario. Already setting up for the long game is both players. I assume that there's double eBay, but did he cancel another Rax? I mean, he doesn't have that many. It's just 5. Double dropship going towards top right. Now, the mains of Pantheon are huge. This could do a ton of damage. Will the Ling see it, though? Something saw it in the center of the map. But did he really see it? Was he paying attention? Oh, that's a great Plague. I don't think he saw it. I don't think he sent anything into the main. No, he's just completely defending that base. And everything's going to unload. But the Plague was fantastic. If he loses these 5 vessels, we could have a repeat of game 1 where it buys Hero time to get up, all of his econ, all of his macro hatches, go into Sauron Zerg style. But hello, the drop is here, and this base is see you later. That got focused down real quick. Drone dies, Lings and Lurkers should die, and these vessels are still exposed. They didn't get repaired, they didn't get restored. This army's gonna get eaten up. Focus fire takes down a lot of Lings. And got a couple of Mutalisks. Oh no, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Why did he do that? Okay, he only lost 1. I thought he was gonna lose more than that. He needs to repair those big time. Another 2 drops. Or maybe those were the same drops that came back. Okay, 2 upgrades. Those are great. I see the Ultra's Cavern on the corner of the screen. So that is going to be the play. That's why he was going for those Ling upgrades. And where's this drop going to go? Behind the minerals? At the natural, probably? Something like that? How about it gets spotted? But you know what? I haven't seen Scourge all game long. Oh, the Ultras wall him in! Oh, that's the sweet spot! Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, but the Lynx luckily get a Dark Swarm off. Yeah, but he's just going to focus down the Ultra's Cavern. Look at this! Is he going to get it? Oh, please! Oh, he got it. Oh, that's a huge upgrade. That's going to delay his +5 power spike for so long. Hero really needs to notice that too. Like, if he thinks that his Ultra's Cavern didn't die, and he just expects to have +5, sometime soon, he's wrong. He's just not going to have that. So that was a huge pick off. Royal, I don't think he's necessarily in the driver's seat, because Zerg still is 4-base Zerg, and 4-base Zerg is super scary, but Royal's barracks count is not that big. He's just now building his 6th and 7th barracks at 17 minutes into the game. We see the first 2 BCs out on the map. Now these could be annoying. If he had have gotten the Spire, I know the Spire's in the main, but if he had gotten the Spire, that could have been a game-changing kill, as the BCs would just rack up kill after kill after kill. But we finally see Hero out on the move now. He's now feeling confident to make his own counterattack, and he's got his eyes locked on this bottom middle base. But there's vessels here. Already 3 irradiates go off, 4 irradiates. The Filer is not even going to get off his Dark Swarm. I think repairing the bunker will just save this. Oh, he'll lose a couple of FTVs, but who cares? He's got 4 command centers. He can rebuild those FTVs instantly. That was a massive loss. What was that, 9 lurkers or so? Ooh, plague. Good plague on top of the battle cruisers. Oh my gosh. An immediate kill of the BCs. That was perfect. Just the right amount of Scourge to take down everything. We've got the Ultra's Cavern coming in now, but even if he gets chitinous plating instantly upgraded, what, that puts him at like 1930 or so? I guess it would line up probably with his +3 upgrade, so I guess it's not that bad. It's still just 2-2 upgrades for Terran. So still fine for Zerg. But I guess I'm getting a little worried at the supply gap now. It's 170 to 125. That's quite a big gap. And the vessel count is still just getting so many kills. Another Irradiate takes down another 2 Lurkers and another Defiler. Ooh. And we get some redemption here. There goes 1, 2. 2 vessels. Oh, he double Ultralisk Cavern. Did he not realize? Fire bats. They're still alive. Never mind, they got taken out. I thought maybe he could just plow through, but fire bats get taken down, and that means that the orange cloud is going to save the day once again. More radiates, and he manages to still lose 2 of the vessels. Lings from the back, but not the greatest of trade for Zerg, but he still killed 2 vessels, which is still good. Fire bats, Marines. Oh, the BCs. Oh, 3 BCs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This might be the tides turning. BCs can deal so much damage. Oh, he's going to focus down the Defiler. Now he can focus down these Sunkens if he wants. Oh, skirt. Might be it, actually. Yeah, he's just gonna go for it. There's a lot of fire bats. Oh, the Defiler. Defiler. It gets knocked down. Nidus needs to survive. It gets out 1 more Lurker, but how do you kill the BCs? There's so many Marines here. He's gonna lose his name. I don't think anything can stop this army. Maybe if they were Ultras, but even then, I don't know if they win because they're lacking the upgrade, and there's BCs, and there's a lot of Marine medics. Oh, the medics can just hold the ramp. A Yamato went off. I don't know what that was on, but oh, there's the Ultras. Maybe maybe this is what he needed to hold. Oh, the BC still survives. Oh, he's focusing down the Ultras Cavern, but he doesn't know that there's another one in the main. +5 kicked in. Nice. So he's going to hold this technically, but he took huge losses. We do have hero countering at bottom right. I am not sure if there's a Defiler there though. It's just Lings, right? Maybe it. Okay, Lings and a Lurker. There was a Dark Swarm to help with shutting down bottom right. I think that could be a way to swing the game back towards hero, but he's just taken so many losses. He's killing a decent amount of BCs, but he's at 90 supply now versus 170. The bunker is going to die, but Terran still has his mineral only. Terran doesn't really need this additional gas. He's got a 1k gas bank. Oh, hello, Ultralisk. Gonna shut down this base. Not for much longer as the BC's moving in. This BC's going to, or these BCs are going to take down this base. There goes that. Hydrogen's 4? No, Yamato'd that. That doesn't kill it, man. But he has more Marines on the way. So this base is going to die. There's way too many Marines. Hydras obviously can't kill this. BC's even going to survive. And we're at sub 80 supply now for hero. He's starting to lose his hold on his econ. He's basically on just 2 base mining. The BC is still alive, man. How many kills does that thing have? Oh, he one-shot the Nidus. That was a nice move. More scans go off. You can see he scanned mid-right and mid-left. He's like, dude, why are you in this game? I'm killing it right now. Well, he's not killing it. And at least that BC's not killing it, as it just gets taken down. But there's no lurkers anymore. There's no Nidus. I think, yeah, there's no Nidus in the main at top right either. That's a hatchery. So this is going to be a busted base. Never mind. There's the remaining Marine Medic, or the trailing Marine Medic, was way too slow. I thought that could be a killing blow. But instead, oh, there's an eraser. But despite the eraser, he's still got 40 drones. It's hurt a BC. Yeah, there it is. 3 BC still. And he's just full on sending it. Like literally just non-stop to top right. More units coming. These BCs are unkillable. There's no defiler. Look at Hero's gas. He's spending all of his gas. He doesn't have the gas to build. You know, more defilers, more hydras, more scourge. And there goes the defiler. Goodbye. I think this is it. Bottom right, we've got an ultimate's counterattack, but he can shut down that base. But Zerg's still not going to be mining once top right falls. And there's no answer to this army. We need Scourge to connect. We need Scourge to connect on those BCs. But even if they connect, how do you kill the ground? 55 supply. I think he's done it at this point. It really does look like a royal victory. We're just waiting for the GG at this point. And there it is. And that means that Royal, he's going to take the series 3-2. At least we got a slugfest in the end. But man, that kill at the top right on the hatchery and then forcing out 5 Sunkens really crippled Hero's build. I think Royal played exceptionally well in the last game. And he deserved to win there. So he's going to make it out. Make it into the next round. Getting a 3-2 score, which is nice. Let's take a look at our results so far. That sets us up for our favorite, Terran versus Terran. It's going to be Barracks versus Royal. You know, I said JYJ and Barracks were going to be a really good matchup, and it ended up being a good matchup. They fought a lot. It was a short TVT. It was 3-2. I also really like Royal's TVT. I think I prefer JYJ's, but Royal's TVT is very good. I think Royal likes drops a little bit more, so I don't know if we're going to have, you know, an hour-long best of 7. I think that one may be drawn out a little bit more. But it should still be exciting. We still have Sock and Mini in the bottom side, and then we have Light and Sharp in the bottom side. Of course, we hope to God that it's not Sock versus a Terran in the bottom side, because we're going to have all Terrans. So hopefully Mini can win there so we can get some variety. But that is it today, guys. Thank you so much for the continued support of the StarCastTV Star League, and I will see you in our next match.